Well, it's January and it's snowing outside, so what better thing to do than get your RC car out and get it out in the snow. This is a SCX10 Axial, and I use, these are beadlock rims. I use the Baja Claw TTCs from Thompson. And these measure out to about 4.7 inches. I think if you look online, it'll say that they're 4.6. Close counts. So these do pretty well in the snow, but I thought, hey, might be better if I put some chains on them. So I'm going to show you how I made these. These are this is single jack number 14 chain. Okay, and the way you measure the chain was dial calipers, measure the width of the wire, comes out to 0.75. Number 14 is supposed to be 0.08, so we're close. And you can get this from the hardware store. I don't know how much you need. I would get probably about 10 feet, and then you could probably do 2 cars. At any rate, I'm going to get things set up and we will continue. So here's the tools that I use. Basically a pair of pliers and some needle nose pliers. And once you get going, you'll kind of figure out what kind of tools you want to use for your particular preferences. But I did this. I've done this already on a Traxxas Summit. Basically what I do is a little bit of math, but it's kind of trial and error as well. So I do 2 links in between each cross member. And if you look very closely, you can see that these 2 links are connected by the cross member link. And that's kind of important. If you hook these 2 together, then put this one across, it'll give you a lump. Whereas if you kind of line it up and link them together with these 2, or with this one, you link these 2 together, it works much better. It's hard to explain, but just look right there, you can see exactly what I'm doing. That's for each one. So, what I started off with, just take your pliers, you're going to bend one of these links out. It's going to come off just like that. Then you're going to close that back up. We're going to do that 7 times per wheel. Then we're going to do the same thing, 2 links. 1, 2. Bend this one up. And we'll leave 1 open for each tire. So you have 7 that are closed and 1 that's open. And I'll show you how this works in here in a minute. Now I'm going to get everything prepped. You just use the pliers to open the links up, and then once you get it all prepped, I'm going to show you how we put it all together. Alright, so I have everything prepped. The way it works is all these links here are going to be for 1 tire. So all of that will make 1 of these. The way it works is you've got a total of 8 links here, 2 apiece. And these 2 are closed. All 7 except for this last one, which is open. Same goes for this row. This row will equate to this inner ring here, the inner diameter. Second row obviously will be the back side of the tire. These guys here are the ones that go in between. So what we do, take 2 of these 2 links pieces, and it'll be like this. Okay. Then we'll crimp these chains so that they're secure. Then you just go down the line. And it's hard to do on camera, sorry. It'll basically end up looking like that, and I'm going to crimp some of these and I'll give you a better idea of what it looks like. But I think you get the gist of what's going on here. You just keep on adding one of these, and one of these. And then these bottom ones here are going to go like that. But then when you get to the very end, that's where you leave the, I already lost it, so hard, so confusing. The one with the open end, the 2 links. I left one end open, and that's because it's going to make a circle, and then you can latch that in. So let me put some of this together to show you what it looks like. Alright, so I've got one chain completely made for one tire, and there was a change. I was wrong. These 2 link pieces, you just leave all the ends closed on them, because the way it works, let me zoom in. Alright, so you're going to leave these 2 ends here open. You can see there. So that one's open, and the one, oops, sorry, the one on the other side is going to be open. Then, what we'll do, take our tire. This is the tricky part. I'm going to try to do it on camera. We're going to wrap our chain all the way around, like so. And link them there. Alright, looks a little bit ugly right now, but we'll sort that out. And then on this side, got the open hook. Oh boy. You have to fidget with it a little bit. If I wasn't doing this on camera, it'd be easier. Okay, so I'm going to get all that lined up. And fidget with it some more. We'll go sooner or later. Get it hooked. Obviously the tire's a bit bulged right there, so now you just got to move things around. Not gonna lie, tire chains aren't the easiest thing in the world. Gotta have a little bit of patience. Oh, lip broke loose. So I'm going to go ahead and fidget off camera, but you'll see what ends up happening. Alright, so there we go. It's a tight fit. But basically what you want to do is you want to kind of center this chain in the center of the rim on both sides. And then as you drive it, it'll kind of form itself, and you can squeeze the tire a little bit, get things adjusted. I like mine to be tight, you know, I don't want this falling off. The whole point is to gain traction. So I'm going to do that 2 more times. This is the second tire. We'll see how it turns out. Oh, and don't forget to crimp your end. So this one is, yeah, see, I forgot to crimp it. It's right there. So you just crimp that on both sides and good to go. Here's another way you could lay out the chains. So you got, get in frame here, 1 cross member, 2 links on each side, cross, 2 links on down the road, and then the way you hook them up is should about like that. So each cross member will crimp here, here. It'll hold the two links together on both sides. Then you just repeat it on down the line. One other little tip is when you're putting in these cross pieces, try to put the hook that way. So you're hooking through like this. As opposed to, I know my fingers are kind of in the way, this. Okay? The reason is if you hook in this way on both sides, my finger's in the way to show you what it looks like again. There you go. If you get them hooked in that way, then these pieces go in very nicely, like that. You can kind of see how they line up. If you had it the other way, they'd get bound, basically. Alright, I got the last two tire chains done. I'm going to try to get some close-ups, just give you a better idea how they link. And again, these will wrap around the tire, and these will be your connectors. Alright, well there you have it. Project complete. Like I said earlier, this is a Axial SCX10, and eventually I'll do a video about it. But for now, we should take it out in the snow. Quick update, I got new rims, RC four-wheel drive wagon wheels, and boy, they make all the difference. That truck looks a lot better. So now we'll go take it out in the snow.